Hello Internet, Julie here. I guess I'll just start off by saying long time listener, first time caller. I've never filmed myself for anything, but I've been a long time YouTube lurker, watching gurus for about 3 or 4 years. I'm not a professional. I'm not the prettiest girl on the internet. However, I do know my products and I do my research whenever I purchase something. So if there's anything that I can offer to viewers or friends or anyone who out there is going to watch this, it's that I know my stuff. You know, I don't randomly pick stuff. If it goes on my face or on my body or anything, you can be sure that I really tried and tested it and made sure that it worked. So, how do you even start like a YouTube channel? That was something that I really thought on, because there's a ton of girls out there, a ton of guys, tons of people, the whole internet. They all have YouTube channels now, and I was like, okay, there's no room for little old me to do any of that. But hey, it's 100 degrees outside here where I live. Too hot to go outside, not enough to do inside, so why not start now? So the starting point I guess I'm going to take is my Holy Grail Makeup Products. The things that I've tried, tested, and love to use on a daily basis. So, let's start off with my foundation. Let's see here. Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. I actually fell in love with this about 9 months ago or so. This stuff stays. I mean, you put this on and 12 hours later, no budging, no smearing, and I have some oily skin, I'm telling you. In 100-degree weather, I need some potent stuff. It's pretty affordable. I want to say it's $37 for this, and it lasts me about 4 or 5 months, so I'm pretty big on this. I can't speak to the spread of color choices that they have. I think Kat Von D really does tailor more to pale skin than deep tone skin. You know, it is Kat Von D. She's pale as Casper. But I like it. And of course, I always apply it with, this is no surprise, tons of YouTubers use this, the Beauty Blender. This really has changed how I do my foundation. I used to use foundation brushes, fingertips, all that kind of stuff, but this really gives you a nice flawless finish. I can't say that the color is reading too well on camera. This is my first time filming, so it's going to take me a little while to kind of get the hang of this, but this definitely, you just get a little bit wet, dab it on, and it lasts pretty long. I think I got one Beauty Blender and it probably lasted me a good year. So even though it's a little more on the expensive side than, say, your traditional sponge that you buy at the drugstore, I actually really like this. Yeah. Okay, mascara. L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. Always gotta have my black mascara. And this one, you can see that. Oh, it's got a little extra gook on the end. You. This stuff is awesome. I don't know if you can really see, but this stuff really pumps up your lashes. I'm a big fan normally of just having mascara that just kind of darkens the lashes. I don't have too much trouble with like the length of lashes or anything like that, but this one definitely pumps them up a little bit more without looking too gooped on. I really don't like that Tammy Faye kind of spider look. I know there's a lot of girls on YouTube who kind of like to pile on like 6 mascaras, and that's totally fine. You know, everybody rock the look that you love, but I'm not too into that look. But this one still gives you an extra little bit of oomph in your lashes without kind of going overboard and making them look all clumpy, because I hate that. Next thing up, eye primer. I've been using this since NARS. This is the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. that funny how you use products forever and you don't even know what they're called? But I love this stuff. Miss Glamorazzi on YouTube, I'll try and link her channel below. She actually recommended this. She said she had really oily lids. I have really oily lids. And I also really like Urban Decay's Primer Potion. But this one I like because it's colorless. It goes on. It doesn't feel heavy at all. Like you don't even feel like you're wearing it. But it really, really works. I usually have to work anywhere from 6 to 8 hours without being able to look in the mirror even once while I'm at work, running around kind of being sweaty. For those of you who want to know, I'm a bartender in the evening, so and it's pretty high, fast-paced most of the time, so I have to work quickly without like being able to stop and check my makeup at all. So I need stuff that like really stays, that I don't have to check on. And this, I'll come home after 8 hours, and this will, like, my eye makeup will look as good as when I applied it before. For my under eyes, I do Laura Mercier Secret Concealer. You can tell I'm hitting pan pretty hard on that. This is a salmon colored under eye concealer. I don't have too much trouble with like under eye bags or discoloration, but I do get a little bit of redness right along my lash line, so I like to dab a little bit on and pull all the way up to the bottom of the lid to kind of like erase that. It also really brightens my eyes. I do have really pale skin, so kind of dullness is a big factor for me in terms of, you know, my skin color and all that. So I always like brightening products and highlighters and things like that. Although I'll admit the highlighting, I put a little bit of Benefits What's Up on today. Kind of. I don't know how I feel about it yet, just because I got it as a sample from Sephora. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll have a review on that. One sample I did get from Sephora though that I love, and this is like easily already Holy Grail product for me, is Buxom's bronzer, Hot Escapes bronzer in the color Tahiti. This is just a little sampler that I got. But I love this stuff. You like can't even tell that I like pasted my face with it, which for us pale girls, you know that's actually a good thing. I mean, you want it to be subtle, because there's nothing worse than being pale as a ghost and walking in and being like, oh, did you roll around in the mud today? Yeah, so this is subtle. I don't know if I would describe it as being matte. It's almost kind of like a satin, kind of like MAC eyeshadow, like satin eyeshadows. There's a little extra something in it, but it doesn't have full on sparkle. I hate sparkle in bronzer. I know I said I like the brightening thing, but not my bronzers. I don't want to look muddy, but I don't want to look like a glittery fairy either. Like I want like somewhere in between, give me that like fresh glow without having to sit in a tanning bed for, 30 minutes. Next item. Josie Maran Coconut Watercolor Cheek Gelée. Give you guys a little look-see on that. Looks like a lip balm. I've actually put it on my lips. I'll totally admit that. I think I put a little bit on my lips today. I was kind of playing around. I didn't know what to put on for my lips because it's so freaking hot outside, and sometimes gloss is just, and you don't want matte either. Like, what do you do? This stuff, really easy. This is obviously a cheek color. Just a little bit on your fingertips. Pat it on, rub it in. This stuff stays. Like I said, I'm all about the long staying stuff. And it has really, really natural flush on it. Let's see, actually, I'll apply a little bit more for you guys so you can tell. See, just really subtle and natural. I usually use powder products, but this might be like a go back and buy all 15 colors kind of product. I really, really like that, and I use that every day now. Eyeliner. Pencil. I'm not even going to show it to you because it's totally worn off, but I can tell you it's Maybelline New York Unstoppable eyeliner. This one is in like a deep chocolate color. I have like a million colors, so I'm not even going to get specific on that. But this stuff stays, and it's always, I don't know, it just stays, you know, like, and I don't have trouble smudging it when I'm putting on, but after it kind of like locks in after a few seconds, I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but this stuff really doesn't go anywhere, which I love for a pencil because I have some other great pencils. I really like the 24/7 Urban Decay pencils, but they don't always stay. I feel like I come home at the end of my shift and it's kind of there, but you know, this stuff look as good as when I first put it on. The last thing I'm going to do before I do a couple brushes too is I'm all about affordable eyeshadow. I love the higher end stuff, but sometimes when you want a variety of colors, it doesn't pay always to buy like a $50 palette. I mean, us makeup fiends, you know, we gotta save our money too. So I have New York City HD Color Trio eyeshadow in Long Beach Sands. Give you a look-see for that. So it's got like this pretty shimmery color. This one I use kind of just in the corner sometimes. I mean, that's kind of light for some skin tones, but, and then sometimes I'll use this one just all over my eyelid, just for quick everyday look like today. You can tell this is just really natural makeup today. It wasn't all about the, you know, doing the whole thing with how hot it is outside. So I really like that because it's only a few dollars. You know, it's good basic makeup. The color payoff is good. I don't see a lot of creasing. You know, granted, I'm using my NARS, but I don't see a lot of creasing with that. And just stays in place. Again, love it. Long wearing. Last two things, I got a couple brushes. One is my Bare Essentials Handy Kabuki brush. I've fallen in and out of love with Bare Essentials or Bare Minerals over the years. I like that it doesn't bother my skin, and I have really, really sensitive, reactive skin. You can see I kind of got a little bit going on here right now. But hopefully you there on the internet will be forgiving. But for this is great for blending, especially for like when I put the bronzer on. I usually apply it with like a blush brush. I don't have a fan brush, unfortunately, but I'll put it on with a blush brush, and then I'll just blend it in with this, and I really like that. This has been my go-to eyeshadow brush for as long as I can remember. It's a MAC 224. I think technically it's a crease brush. But this just, I mean, it's super soft, blends really well, and I don't have a ton of brushes. I have a lot of face brushes. I don't have a lot of eye brushes. I'm not like Queen of Blending or, you know, other people on the internet who have a million eye colors and they rock those really awesome colorful looks every day. I kind of rock the neutrals most of the time. So I don't have to like swap back and forth between brushes a lot, just because I'm hopping from one really neutral color to another and there's not a lot of muddiness going on. You know, it's just real easy blending, quick 5 minutes. So I like this. It's just, you know, good basic brush. Well, that's all my Holy Grail makeup products. I do have a couple of blog posts on my blog about some of my favorite face products and my favorite body care products, and I'm kind of doing a whole series on what my Holy Grail stuff is, you know, just get the ball rolling on this whole beauty blog, YouTube thing, you know, just something fun to do for the summer or who knows how long. So go ahead, I'll have links below so you can check that out. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll be forgiving. It is my first video ever, and I've never posted anything like this on the internet. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I can refine my skills a little bit with the filming and everything in the future, and, you know, bump up my makeup game a little bit too, because it's okay. So I hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you later, YouTube. See you later. Bye.